Volta Metals has officially broken into the top tier of North American rare earth explorers with their latest mineral resource estimate on the Springer project. Now, this project is in Ontario and reveals a 176 million ton system, a massive increase that places the deposit in the top 10 largest on the continent. Now, with an indicated category that grew by over 1,200% and a high-grade core that remains open in all directions, Volta is no longer just an exploration story. It's a resource of national significance. Here in studio is Kerem Usenmez, CEO of Volta. Kerem, welcome back to our studio.
Thanks for having me.
So my first question is this. Your headline number is the 176 million ton figure, but the growth in the indicated category, like I said, 1,200% is what defines a project's bankability. What was the specific geological breakthrough that allowed you to convert so much material into the higher confidence category?
Well, the recent drilling we did, ended up drilling more than twice as much as we planned for because of the fact that the mineralization was still continuing when we wanted to stop the borehole, so we kept drilling. That gave us the confidence that it is a lot larger system, so we just tied that into the existing resource, which connected and made it bigger.
And through this, you've maintained a high-grade core, 11.5 million tons at 1.1% trio total rare earth oxide. Now, in a deposit of this scale, how critical is that specific high-grade heart for ensuring that the project can pay the initial capital costs as you go through the early years of mining?
Having a large higher grade system within the total resource is extremely important. But what's also important is having that at surface. So as soon as you hit the shovel in the ground, you know you're going to make money at a higher rate, which will pay off all the further development down the road.
And the resource estimate uses something called a net metal revenue, NMR cutoff, of $43 per ton. For viewers, can you explain to us why you use NMR instead of simple grade? And what does $159 average value per ton in your indicated category tell us about your potential margins?
Absolutely. So especially for a project like ours, Springer Rare Earth Project, there's multiple elements that you can make money off of. So instead of looking at the trio total rare earth oxide grade, we are looking at what's our cost and where we can make money on what, percentage. So basically the cost, all-in cost, everything included is $43 per ton. So anything above that, you're making money. Right now, as you mentioned, we're looking at 150 plus, that's US, and our cost is Canadian. So Canadian $43 versus US $150 per ton.
So there's a lot of upside here in the margin.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about the discovery cost as well. It's 2 cents per ton in this update. With 6,000 meters of drilling currently undergoing, are you finding that your discovery costs are continuing to drop as you step out further?
That's a good question. So obviously our team, we all did an exceptional job on keeping our costs low, but it is also a testament to this project's location. Because of its location, we are fortunate enough to do low-cost exploration. Obviously, like you mentioned, it was a smaller program. Now that we're drilling more, you would expect that cost to go even further down, but it's 2 cents a ton is incredibly low. Obviously, it's going to get bigger too, so we'll see where it is, but I don't expect anything to change significantly, to be honest.
Well, the last time you were in here, not too long ago, we talked about your gallium potential, but it isn't in this mineral resource estimate. If you were to add the shadow value, though, of your recent intercepts, how significantly, if at all, does that change your overall revenue profile of your current system?
Yeah, the gallium wasn't included because we are still receiving the results, so it'll be on the next update where we anticipate it to be a lot bigger. So based on what we know today, before getting those results, I think it's going to add probably in the range of 25 to 35% to the overall value, because given its gallium's value at the moment. So yeah, I think we're around that 30%, give or take.
Okay. Well, now that you've got an official kind of identity as top 10 for when it comes to North American resource. Does this change your timeline at all for PEA?
No, but what changes is because it's still growing. We haven't hit the end of it yet in any of our drilling. We're drilling currently as well. So depending on when we get all the results, that's when it's going to start. So to be safe, later in the year, we're going to have the PEA completed. We don't want to rush into it. We want to get more data, more results before doing so. So that's the main driver.
Okay, well, that's also ambitious, right? Doing a PEA by the end of the year?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're still drilling.
Yeah. Lastly, let's talk about your share price. Year over year, it's had an increase of 320%. Now that the company has entered a new peer group of major rare earth developers, what's your message to institutional investors that are potentially looking at Volta today?
Yes. So right now, it is still, there's a lot of upside, even though we just broken into the top 10. I think there's a lot to go for us. We're just scratching the surface. This is just the first step to be one of the top ones. So there's a lot of upside, I think, for any investor, institutional or retail.
Okay. Well, like we said off camera, PDAC is only a week away, so we'll see you at the conference, and I hope you have lots of good meetings.
I hope so too. Thank you so much.